Hey guys, it's been a while, and it's not usual for me to do a video on a Saturday evening, early evening here. It's like 6 o'clock or something. But I figured I'm just going to pump one out and get something out there to you guys just to say hello. I'm going to fill you in on a couple things I've been doing personally. You might not care, but hey, it's my video. I'm going to do it. Plus, I'm having a midlife crisis, so I'm doing a bunch of shit. But we're getting really close to launch, as I've said before. Some people on Discord have said, wake me up when September ends, right? We all know that song. Most of us do. And we're getting real close, super close to launch, which has got to be making a lot of people excited because this is going to be life-changing for a lot of people. I mean, where can you get, 10x gains even in another asset of any kind that you can buy in your brokerage account? You can't do it. You can't get a 10x in real estate in such a short time. You can't do it. Not in any other asset class. Grayscale is the best, in my opinion. We're really fortunate to have this opportunity. Thank you, crypto gods, and everybody involved in crypto, everybody that's talking about it, all that kind of stuff. Because without them and without Grayscale, this would not be an opportunity for us. So we're really, really lucky. We're getting super close. I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done here before things get heated because, and fall is right at the doorstep here. And winter is just, not that far away here in the Midwest. A couple things I've been working on. If you care, you probably don't, but I'll fill you in because I'm kind of having a midlife crisis. I'm 50 and I'm like, yeah, I need to do some stuff. So previously, just, if you're under 40 and you haven't had a midlife crisis yet, you will eventually probably. And what happens, in that, is going to depend. I've had this is my third. My first, it was all about chasing the women. My second, it was about buying cars. And this one, it's been about a couple things. One, it started out with, me hunting down, chasing down, finding vintage stereo equipment from like 25, 35 years plus ago, mainly sourced off eBay. And that's been a trip. That's been super fun. Getting some equipment that I actually never knew about or never had access to or couldn't afford back in my 20s and, then. So, but it's super hard to find some of these components that work still. By the way, I had a specific Onkyo CD changer that came with like a cassette back when I was in my late teens. And I found some on eBay. I've ordered 5 so far, and they've all been duds. They won't read CDs or there's some problem with them. So I'm ordering 2 more that I found. I'm praying to God that I'm going to get one that works. But that's the way it is with these older components, man. Things go wrong. Things go bad. Things are built well, but the problem is everything's got like a rubber belt inside that connects the motor to the gears and all that stuff. That stuff goes bad after like 25, 30 years. Shit fails. But anyway, so that was music was the first part. Second part is it's wanting to relive my old tech days, right? Many of you grew up, over the past like 20 plus years. I mean, we've seen incredible advances in technology, right? And what we used at home and work has changed a lot. So I've been going on this thing where I'm like, I want to play the video games that I used to, like back in my 20s, when Windows 98 was out and Windows 2000 and all that kind of stuff. So I've been scooping up laptops off eBay with 98, 2000, even ME, Vista, this XP, to play that kind of stuff, which is super fun. I'm grabbing a couple because I'm like, this shit is so old that it's going to fail. So it's like, it's better to have 2 than just to have 1. It's like, this is the prepper saying, like, 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you got 2, 1's bound to fail. At least you'll have 1 that works. If you only have 1 and it fails, you're fucked, basically. And I was, just on a personal note, like I was really into the prepping lifestyle and all that kind of stuff like years ago, like probably like 10 years ago or more actually. But I'm not really into it that much, but I still retain a lot of the good things. I do think prepping is a very smart thing to do. I do, within reason. I think every person should be prepared for shit going south in society. So something to think about. Like after you make your riches from Grayscale, is to make sure that you keep those riches, because no matter how much money you make, it's useless if the grid goes down. And if it gets taken from you, like your bank account gets emptied out because of hackers, well, then you're up shit creek. You know, it's always good to have a backup, spread out your assets, all that kind of stuff. It's smart. It's a smart money management to do stuff like that. So have some cash at home, invest in things like precious metals if you think they're wise. I think they're wise, but that's just me. And, you know, other stuff too. The prepper saying is bullets, band-aids, and something else. Bullets, band-aids. So you need firearms, you need ammo, all that kind of stuff, and food. And oh yeah, and beans. Bullets, band-aids, and beans. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. So some emergency food. Anyway, this video is way off topic, but I'm just covering a bunch of things I've been working on, all related to... one of the last videos I did, I talked about home security and home automation a little bit. I touched on that. So one of the things that I've been rolling out at my properties is a smart home type stuff. And you can get these gadgets on Amazon. I've been buying stuff from by a company called Govee. I think that's how it's pronounced. Govee. Super cool stuff. I started out buying like the Wi-Fi connected electrical outlets, basically, that allow you from your smartphone app to turn on a lamp or appliance or whatever, and, you know, either manually or on a schedule. You know, set schedule by day, by hour, or just in a manner that corresponds to sunrise and sunset. So very cool for automating things like lights, right? So I've got lights that are automated now at my places. And one thing actually that I didn't think about, like if you're not at your place, you got a cabin or a secondary home or whatever, whether you have it now or you do in the future, they make a product called fake TV. You can find this on Amazon. You can find everything basically on Amazon. Fake TV is just like a stupid little array of LEDs that, you know, when it's turned on, it just allows, it looks from the outside of your home that someone's watching TV. And when you have that, like even if you're not at your place, well, someone's less likely to even consider breaking in if they think somebody's there. People don't want to do that. Generally speaking, they're not going to do that. So something to keep in mind and put on your list. Cool stuff. Anyway, that's kind of it. I've been super busy with that stuff and processing grapes actually today. We processed a few last week, but this is kind of the last week I think for picking grapes. So I cleaned off the vines pretty much, and so we can make jelly in a couple weeks or months. We're gonna freeze the juice, but it's super fun to have. Like if you ever get a place, you know, where you're out in the country and you can grow stuff, like I would recommend like growing things that you plant once and you can harvest in perpetuity. It's smart. I mean, I love the idea of a garden, but it's a pain in the butt, and you have to redo it every single year, right? You have to replant, right? With grapevines that you can see growing on the side of the house, I just had to plant them once, and it took a couple years for them to actually start producing grapes, but they just produce grapes now every single year. And I've got them in a couple locations, you know, and different varieties, green grapes, you know, red grapes, although they're purple technically. Well, there's some red grapes actually too, and purple grapes, but they're great. I would do that. I would plant some trees, you know, like I'm able to plant plum trees, which don't tend to do very well. I'm not going to plant anymore. I only have a couple. Apple trees and pear trees. My favorite of those is pear trees because the bugs don't go after them like apple trees. I worked on an apple farm. That was my first job in my teens. And they used to spray the hell out of the trees to keep the bugs, pests away. And you don't want to do that, because if you want to have as close to organic as you can, you don't want all that crap sprayed all over your fruit. And at least here with the pears, the bugs don't bother them really, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. So anyway, that's it. Just want to say hello. Obviously 99% of this video has been about non-grayscale stuff, non-investing, but I figured it's been a while since I put out a video, and I just want to say hello. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, doing something fun, something useful, enjoying your time before fall comes and then winter. It'll be good for us in terms of grayscale, but it's like if you're in the Midwest like I am, you're not going to be spending time walking outside like this. I'm pretty much going to be locked inside most of the time. I'm not like a winter sports person at all, you know, so I'm pretty much just want to stay inside, be a homebody when it's freezing outside. Anyway, you guys take care. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, good luck, God bless, Godspeed.